Cretin-Derham Hall in St. Paul is a place where Keystone Productions proudly presents high school girls basketball.
Funding for today's game is being generously provided by the following underwriters: Cordy's Supermarket Incorporated, Garlock French Roofing Company, Kowalski's Grand Avenue and Woodbury Markets, S&S Tree and Horticultural Specialists Incorporated, and Meg Stevenson and Associates. This is Meg Stevenson. I'm alongside my favorite broadcast partner, one Broderick Bell, and we're here tonight coming to you from the Cretin-Derham Hall gym, where we're going to see a great tilt in the Suburban East Conference between the Woodbury Royals, tied for first place right now, and the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. And if the Raiders persevere tonight in this win, they have a chance to tie for second place in the conference, or if there were to be an upset and Forest Lake were to upset Park, they could actually maybe be tied for first place in the conference, and Woodbury has got a chance to stay tied and have a first place title for the conference. So we go into this game, and we've got a veteran coach, Dave Preller, going up against head coach Amy Bellis for Cretin, and maybe we have some interesting styles of play to talk about tonight, Brod.
Right. You know, the first thing you want, it comes to mind is, it'll strike you right when the game starts, is the Woodbury team. They're going to be deliberate. They're going to try and keep the game down in the 40s. Cretin's going to come at you, try and press and get a little bit up tempo and see if they can get some shots in there. The one thing that this game is really special because, as we said off the air, this is dress rehearsal. We're getting ready for the big show. It's coming. These coaches, they know everything about each other. They're going to look and see which people on the teams are going to be committed to their philosophy to win the game down the stretch. They're going to put their good defenders on the good offensive guys. The good offensive guys, the coaches are going to try and highlight the good offensive guys and get them open to get some shots. This game is a very simple game. And now it's down to who wants it, who wants to follow direction, who wants to play the hardest to get to the next game.
Now, these two teams, even before Cretin entered into the Suburban East Conference, these two teams would run into each other a lot on the way to the state tournament in the regions. And they've had some gangbuster games over the history of this rivalry, and it is a rivalry.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think it's terrific that this is the last game for both of these teams heading into the state tournament start of regionals.
Yeah, and you're right, and it's going to be an exciting game. This game is going to be a barn burner tonight, no doubt about it. They're going to get after each other, and that's what's fun about it, to see young kids get after it, and, you know, they know what's at stake here. You know.
And it's a special sort of emotional time for both the coaches and the players because it's senior night.
Yep.
And on the Woodbury side, for the Royals, some tough news for one of their seniors in that their starting senior center, Carrie Wardell, was injured in their overtime loss to Roseville last Tuesday night.
Right.
And they don't know the extent of the damage to her knee, but she's not going to be able to play tonight. So I know that's not how she wanted to end the regular season as a senior. And as is the tradition for Cretin-Derham Hall, they'll start the game with all their seniors. In the starting lineups for the Woodbury Royals, junior guard Lindsay Sajavich, senior guard forward Kylie Coleman, 24 Jessica Thone, Sarah Hintz, Katie Crisopol. Cretin, we're going to have a starting lineup that's a little unusual in that we're going to have seniors out on the court for the Raiders tonight. And obviously top dog in that group would be one Alyssa Karel.
Oh yeah, the point guard. And she's off to Wisconsin next year. She should have a good game today. It's all up to Melissa on how that's going to go. Alyssa to go with this team.
And this is a young woman who's been a starter all 4 years here at Cretin. Can't say that about too many girl basketball players who have come through this top program.
And I think there's a certain commentator that used to coach her also back in the Little League, so there could be an interest here.
So out on the court is Rosie Malone-Pavolny, number 5 for Cretin, and Liz Cadwell, number 42, and Natalie Lyman, number 22, Sheila Otto, senior forward, number 45, and of course, Alyssa Karel.
Who just got the tip, by the way. Not bad to have your point guard go up and take the tip.
And Rosie Malone-Pavolny right in there. Ball tips out to Lyman. We'll try another one. A rebound, and putback is up, and it's off, and the rebound is pulled down by Sarah Hintz of Royals. Quick pass up the court. Nice entry pass inside. The ball is short, and the rebound pulled down by Lyman, so she's off to a good start on the boards.
It's interesting because Woodbury is looking to run on the senior unit here. I wonder if he's trying to change styles now that he doesn't have his bigs in the middle.
Shot from the key is off by Sheila Otto. Battle for the rebound, and Karel comes out with it. And we've got a travel call on Sheila. First turnover in the game, and the ball goes back to the Royals. Probably a little nervous here.
Yeah, but I like what Sheila did. I mean, you know, she took a look at the basket, got a pump fake, was trying to make a move. It's good stuff.
Cretin jumps into their press right away.
2-1-2 press. Now they're in a man-to-man.
Kylie Coleman gets the ball out to Jessica Thone, second leading scorer for the Royals this season.
The Royals are being deliberate. They're taking their time. Looking for the good shot.
Strong move to the basket. Oh, down and out on a very strong move by Katie Christoffel. Turnover once again for the Raiders. Steal by Rosie Malone-Pavolny. Cannot finish, but a strong move to the basket, a good drive.
Before this game gets too far, I'd like to mention our referees. Of course, are from the St. Paul Conference. Brett Ream, Tom Windorf, and Tim McGowan are handling the game tonight.
So the senior steps to the line and takes her first shot. Nothing but cotton.
Absolutely.
We've got the first sub coming in for the Royals, and freshman Cassie Coleman is in. Malone-Pavolny knocks down both free throws.
It's interesting. Cretin, after the second entry pass, they run two people after the ball to force that ball out of there. And they have their stud Division I player playing center field trying to get a steal. That's
Being the ball hawk.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Lindsay Sajevich being guarded very closely on the sideline by Liz Cadwell.
They're playing good defense out there.
Senior forward for the Raiders.
Brother, it must be Matt Cadwell.
I'm thinking it could be.
Yeah.
Some good bloodlines and athletics in that family. Royals running a weave out at the top of the key here. Sajevich with the pass, and the ball is lost. Toss up ahead. Alyssa Karel going strong to the board, and she finishes.
Good move by Alyssa. All right, here's that second pass. Here comes the double team, see? They're going to force them to pass. But what's happening is there's a back door here. They're going to let the second person make the pass instead of the point guard. It's not a bad idea. Tricks of the trade.
So if Woodbury can get that second pass complete, they're going to have a shot at a 2-1 on the basket, and that's the gamble you take on that defense.
Right. But that third pass could be a humdinger.
So the freshman Cassie Coleman with the ball out at the top of the circle. Over to Sajovic. And we're going to have a foul called on number 44, Liz Cadwell.
You know, like what I liked about Liz was she did the proper thing to do the jump switch, but didn't get out there quick enough.
Next, seniors coming into the game is Corinne Treeweiler for Cretin, and there's a nice entry pass and a good finish by Sarah Hintz, who is the third leading scorer in the SEC conference this year, and she's only a sophomore.
Yes.
And the Raiders put down a three-pointer.
Okay, now they've gone back to, here they come. Here comes the double team on that second pass. They're trying to do something here.
Geske has got a great outside touch. Beautiful look once again in underneath.
I think once they get to half court, that strategy is just not going to be a good idea because that back door was wide open. But you could see if it's a good idea.
Give and go, and the ball is off the hands of Rosie Malone-Pavolny. He comes out of the game, and coming in for her is the senior guard Hannah Gickling.
Nice strip.
34. Quick steal by Carroll on the basket. Puts the Raiders up 9-4 with about 14 minutes to go in the first half.
Seniors aren't doing bad. Here's that back door. The post person didn't see it that time.
No, but a beautiful move by junior forward Katie Christoffel to work her way into the basket. Here's an outside look, short on the shot by Corinne Treeweiler for the Raiders. Coleman with the ball once again, driving towards the hoop, takes it all the way, partially blocked, I think, by Carroll. And a good outlet by Sheila Otto. Shots going up, strong, and coming away with the basket is Kylie Coleman for the Royals. Once again, a strong drive to the basket. I had a chance to watch the Royals Tuesday night in a tough overtime loss to the Roseville Raiders, and that was a trait that I noticed during that game, is that they were determined to be strong and take that ball to the basket.
Oh, absolutely. Force the opponent to do something. Don't settle for that jump shot. Let's get them in foul trouble. Let's get to the line. It's a good strategy.
So coming into the game for Cretin is number 23, Sarah Hendricks, coming in for the first time, the sophomore forward. Shot is good by Kylie Coleman. And Kelsey Christoffel is in the junior center for the Raiders. Carroll with the ball. Spin move. Shot is up, and it drops through by Molly Geske. It's a lot easier to set up that pressure when you've made the basket.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've got a foul out here on Alyssa Karel, her first. And the fourth for the Raiders.
Yeah. It's interesting, Molly Geske shooting that post shot, and she's leading the team with 3 points, along with Carol Dienhard. Maybe she's changing her repertoire.
Just wanting to show us that she's got all the shots in her bag.
Absolutely.
The Royals pass the ball around out at the top of the key. Pass comes over to Sajovic. Back over to Kallman, whipping it around. Hendricks does a nice job of cutting off the baseline.
Well, I'll tell you what, Woodbury is really deliberate with the ball. I don't know about that shot, but that was a good. They kept the ball for a good long time.
As you like to say, Coach, they showed some good patience.
Absolutely.
It was an open shot.
Yes, it was. But you have to have the shooter shoot that shot.
Nice recovery on defense by Sarah Hintz to keep that ball from getting in underneath to Hendricks. Alyssa Karel with a nice spin move in. Oh, beautiful pass to Hendricks. Just a nice job of penetrating into the lane and setting up her teammate. But there's that pass over the top. Nice finish by Kelsey Christoffel.
Uh-oh, look at this. That is going to be open. And Woodbury is measuring that whole defensive scheme up here. I wonder how long coach is going to keep them in that defense.
Senior guard Molly Knoll, 5'7" senior guard, is into the game for Cretin.
Woodbury's putting on a little press of their own.
Pass comes into Geske.
Oh, they back away after the entry pass. Back
over to Gickling. Hannah gets it over to Karel. She eyes up a three-pointer, and it's good.
You know, it's interesting. The first time I saw her play was against Central. And Central is a handful. Getting to see her for the first time, she is really an accomplished player. Wisconsin's going to get a real good ball player here. While we have a break in the action, I want to mention about the metro area rankings. We have Central, of course, #1, the big
25-0.
Oh, okay, the big red machine. We got Centennial. We have Champlain Park, Minneapolis South, Central and South. They're playing tomorrow for the Twin City Championship. You have Park, Cottage Grove, Eastview, Becker, Moorhead, Edina, and Coon Rapids. So we're moving right along.
Well, and Moorhead has kind of moved up that ranking list. Eden Prairie has dropped off from the start of the season, and Becker is a team that's worked its way into that top 10 as well.
Right.
But both of these teams have played teams in this top 10, and they've had tough schedules and have gone up against some really good squads.
Oh, absolutely. It goes without saying. Right now we have Karel and Gretzky with 5 points and Hintz with 4 from Woodbury.
Once again, Woodbury passes over the top and gets an easy bucket. That one was by Katie Christoffel.
And now it looks like they're dropping into a 2-3 zone here. Force the ball around the perimeter for a while.
Into the game now is Dienhart. Carolyn Dienhart, number 24, in for the Raiders.
Little overload.
Geske back to Dienhart. She thinks about a shot. Instead pulls it back. And the pass is intercepted, trying to get it into Hendricks.
I think the only way to get through that, they're staying pat in the passing lanes. You have to dribble into that zone and collapse it a little bit to get the open passing lanes.
Christoffel goes up strong, a little long on her shot, but a nice rebound and put back by Kelsey Christoffel.
Cretin's going to have to be real patient here. Just move the ball around. There you go. Dienhart making a little penetration and pass.
Skip pass. Over to Molly Knoll. Back to Dienhart up at the top of the key, and she's going to reset. Coach Bellis is calling out her play.
Yeah, there's no need to be in a hurry. I know that's the thing. What do they say? The best part about playing chicken is who's going to blink first. So they're taking their time and passing the ball around. They find the open person.
It was a tough angle for Hendricks. She wasn't able to convert, but it was a good look. And now the Royals set up into their half-court offense.
Cretin still in the man-to-man.
16-13 with about 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. Thone passes over to Kelsey Christoffel. She drives to the basket and draws the foul.
Just like we were talking about earlier, they're forcing him to do something. And look at the foul totals right now. You have Cretin with 5 and the visitors with 1. It's because it's forcing Cretin to do something. Coach Bellis might have to change up the defensive scheme a little bit. I might drop back in the zone. I have a short lead right now, and I'd drop back in the zone and see what Woodbury can do.
So Kelsey Christoffel converts on her first free throw attempt and steps to the line for her second. Bounces out and
my
just
favorite
into
player.
The game.
We won't mention her.
Kendra Harris pulls down that rebound. And we've got steps by Dienhart.
I really like this Harris. I think that she is going to be some kind of ball player in the next couple of years. She's a nice wide body. She's what they call a space eater. She's back to old school.
And the nice thing for Coach Bellis is she's a sophomore.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful pass, a little strong. On the shot, however, is Christoffel. Behind the back move. Tough pass in underneath, scramble for the ball. We've got a jump ball. That was going to be a tough pickup in there for Molly Knoll on that bounce pass coming in from Alyssa Karel. So possession arrow to the Royals.
Cretin staying with this man-to-man.
Karel intercepts, gets a hand on the pass, bats it away, and Geske brings the ball up. Back to Karel. She trips, but she gets the ball off. Scramble for the ball, and we're going to have another tie-up, and this time Cretin will have the ball. A little out of control.
Yeah. That's okay. She won't do it again.
Pass comes in to Dienhart, and they work it around the circle and back into the hands of their point guard, Alyssa Karel. Geske lets it go. Great rebound by Dienhart. Strong on the shot. And this time coming down with a strong rebound is Jessica Thone. Thone is a real strong player.
Oh, absolutely. They're getting their offense isn't set up yet. Now it's starting on. They're a little bit out of sync here.
Tough pass by Thone.
You think maybe the Raiders defense might have something to do with that?
Over the outstretched hands of her teammate Kylie Coleman. So Molly Knoll goes out and Rosie Malone-Pavolny, senior guard, comes in, number 5 for the Raiders. So Coach Bellis is moving her team in and out quite a bit, which I think might be good in the second half. Keep everybody rested.
Keep them rested. The first time we saw these, when we saw Cretin play against Central, she did the same thing, kept people fresh, which is a good move.
Dienhart misses her shot, does a nice job of getting the rebound, and unable to convert on the drive into the lane is Karel.
There's another foul.
Geske fouls the freshman guard, Cassie Coleman.
Next foul is shooting the 1-on-1. We're at, 6:29 left to go in the game. I mean, in the first half.
Coach probably doesn't go as deep onto his bench, but he's got a very young team this year. And I'm really impressed with their poise. I think the other thing that's interesting about this team is that they're 8-3 on the road.
Someone tell these kids they're kids. They're not supposed to do that. That's outstanding, and that's a wonderful problem for the coach from Woodbury. I mean, they're coming here and they're playing real disciplined ball. Ask me how you learn how to do that.
All right. How in the world, Coach?
At practices, there's no dribbling. You come across half court, and then you go 5 against 7, 8, set the picks, you know, make the right, do the proper mechanics and back doors and stuff like that. That's how you get that going.
Well, it's a 2-point game right now, and the final, when these teams played the first time out in Woodbury, was a 2-point game. So they're very evenly matched.
Yeah, they're very patient. And you know what? This time of the year, this is the way you have to play basketball. Make good decisions with the ball. Because as you know, there is no more tomorrow. One and done.
Not after tonight. Beautiful job by Katie Christoffel once again getting into the lane and hitting that short little jump shot in front of the hoop. So we are tied with just under 6 minutes to go at 16.
And he's staying in that zone with only 1 foul. You're not going to commit too many fouls when you're staying in a zone like that. It's a good strategy by Coach.
He's going to make Cretin hit the threes.
Absolutely. I was just getting ready to say Cretin needs to start hitting from the outside. Bring them out of it.
And so far, they're not warm, and that was really close to being over and back.
I thought maybe we might have had that.
You look at the game, at the way this game is laying out, and Cretin is staying in there man-to-man, and Woodbury is taking the ball to the basket.
Yes. Falling back into a zone and quickly.
Exactly, and so right now their strategy is starting to gain the momentum of this game.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a good idea because you have Alyssa Karel, which you know can play the game and find the open person, and then you have Dienhart, who is now in the game, who'll cut it loose anytime. So they get back and get back to playing defense. Set a person up to slow up the point guard, and all right, we're dropping back into our 2-1-2 or 2-3.
So Sarah Hintz hits both of her free throws and gives Woodbury, I think, their first lead of the game at 18-16. And we've got another travel turnover against Rosie Malone-Pavoni for the Raiders.
The thing about a zone, it's specifically there to slow down the other guy. And that's exactly what they've done with Cretin. It forces you to do something that you're not used to doing. Cretin's used to playing up-tempo, run in there and find the open person and get a shot off. Woodbury's taking that away from them right now. Then on the other hand, their offense is slowing up. And like they say, good delivered offense is great defense. That's great.
Oh, beautiful block from behind by Karel. Great job. And it's interesting because they're forcing Cretin to play a style of ball that they don't like to play. And that's what Coach Preller wants. He wants to force the game to be played the way he wants it played.
Like I said earlier, these two coaches know each other. And so he knows the coaches are now, this is dress rehearsal, and they're trying to work on a few styles and you know, slow their game up. And that's what he's done. He has slowed Cretin up right now. And that's what you need to do.
Geske back over to Karel. Dienhart's going to try it again. In and out. They're just rimming out.
And they're not getting the rebound.
No.
You have everybody around to get the rebound.
That's right.
One and done. Now they're coming back and they're slowing up on offense, which is their defense. You know,
take time off the clock. Take possessions away from Cretin.
We're not using a whole lot of energy. Remember, their stud is out on an injury. This is starting to shape up here. They got a slight lead. Okay, we'll play with it. It's only the first half.
In watching Woodbury, they're not going to take too many outside shots. They're just going to be patient, work the ball.
But what you like about them is the person that's playing on them, that once the pass goes, they'll look at the basket to force that person that's playing man-to-man on has to get out on them because they might just cut it loose.
Great hustle, but nice penetration. The ball goes up and in.
Yeah. I'm sure that Coach Billis at halftime is going to make some adjustments, and we're going to see a different ball game out of Cretin after the halftime.
Now that time, Cretin was able to push the ball up the court before Woodbury could get set in their defense, and they were able to draw the foul, and so Rosie Malone-Pavoni is going to go to the free throw line.
Heinz and Christopher have 8 points apiece for Woodbury, and Carey and Calix has 6 and 5 respectively.
So Rose hits both of those free throws and draws her squad back to within 2. Pressure comes again by Cretin. Ball is up in the air. Karel takes it away. Dienhart cross court. And Malone-Pavoni was not able to control that pass, so the Raiders will take it back up to the top of the key with
Malone-Pavoni is 4 for 4 in her free throws. See, they're forced uncharacteristic mistakes by Cretin right now. They're forcing them. They are definitely into their disrupting their comfort zone and what they want to do on offense.
So coming back to meet the pass is Sarah Hintz, and she gets the pass up to her teammate, Kylie Kallman. Looks over to Lindsay Sajovic, and they work the ball around and back into the hands of Thone. And a little contact under the basket, but a good no call, I think. Behind the back, up, and the bounce doesn't go, but there's
Woodbury for the rebound again.
Malone-Pavoni couldn't quite pull it down and control it. And Woodbury has the basketball with a 2-point lead and just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Dienhart goes for the steal, misses it, shot is up. I think it was partially blocked by Dienhart, but a good, strong offensive rebound by Kylie Kallman, the senior guard for the Royals.
It's interesting, and like I said, this is dress rehearsal. This is let's just say this is tournament play. Tournament play forces you. It's a whole different season. It's the 3rd season, and we're seeing some things here. It's now a chess game all the way, and Woodbury right now is on the attack offensively and defensively. I should say they're playing defense on both ends of the floor. And they're doing a good job of it.
So Sarah Hintz comes out. She's done a great job this first half for her squad. And junior Kelsey Christoffel comes back in, number 42.
Meg, you know what? I'll almost bet you at practice with Woodbury, they don't use a basketball. They probably use a medicine ball.
Pass up ahead. Nice job, but...
Good, there you go. Oh.
Tough pass, and Hendricks was tied up right away.
And if Hendricks would have had that ball, boom, she's right back up putting the conversion.
So the ball goes back over on the possession arrow to the Royals, who are up by 4 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half.
You know,
pressure coming again. Ball is knocked away.
In that 2-3, Cretin's going to have to find the post, and the post is going to have to be active. Once the post gets active and disturbs that 2-3, then the open shots, there'll be better looks.
Boy, Christoffel will just not be denied. If she gets the ball, she's going to the basket.
She just sets her jaw and goes.
Hendricks was not quite able to get position. And
look at that, 9-2 in fouls.
So it's a 1-1. And the first one is good.
We're going to be shooting 2 the next time. I'm curious to see how Coach Billis is going to make the adjustments. I know she will. She's a good coach. She sees what's in front of her right now.
So 8 points for Katie Christoffel at this point in the first half.
Now, they have definitely slowed Cretin down.
The Raiders need to get a basket. It's been a while. They've been sitting on 18.
The post needs to make herself available.
And there's a great shot by senior forward Sheila Otto, a big
Nice
three-point shot.
Nice job. That's the great thing about a three. You're not really out of the game.
Once again, there's Otto on the defensive end. Nice outlet up ahead to Dienhart. Dienhart waits for her teammates to come up. Skip pass over to Geske. Back to Karel at the top of the key. Back over to Geske.
The post needs to make herself available. She seems to want to just stay behind a person. She needs to make herself available. She has to flash up. We need post play right now.
Geske eyes it. Carries the thread of the shot. Back to Dienhart.
Nice shot.
There she is. Good rebound. And I'll tell you, Karel just cannot get the shot to drop right now this first half. She's just not quite feeling it. So I'm guessing the Raiders are going to see if they can hold the ball and get the last shot. They've got a 3-point lead, 24-21. Oh, the ball is right there for Otto.
Oh yeah, they're going to go for one. Or they might not even shoot the ball at all. They might just go ahead and run it right out, which is not a bad strategy.
Pass is deflected and intercepted. Geske has it up to Hendricks.
Cretin needs to score.
Pass is out to Dienhart at the buzzer, and she can't quite hit it. Would have tied the game. That was a long three.
Yes.
So we come to the end of a terrific first half, a little bit of a chess match going on.
Absolutely.
And good adjustments made by the Woodbury Royals after Cretin jumped out to the lead. And we have a score of 24-21 at half in favor of the Woodbury Royals. I had a chance, Broderick, to talk with both of the coaches before the game started. And let's hear what these two coaches had to say.
Yes.
I'm standing beside head coach for the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders, Amy Bellis. And Coach, tonight your team's got a chance to secure a tie for second place in the Suburban East Conference. You're coming off a little two-game win streak. What do you see as the keys for this game tonight?
Well, I think, as always with us, it's kind of getting repetitive, but we have to just kind of keep the tempo going at the pace that we want to have it. Woodbury likes to play the same kind of tempo, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging for us tonight, I think. But we just want to come out and play hard, and obviously I think tonight is a little bit less about winning and more about playing really well going into the playoffs. Certainly Woodbury is a very good team, and you know, we might play great and still get beat, I don't know. But I'm really interested tonight in seeing our kids play hard and be ready to go once the regular season comes to an end and we get into the playoffs.
Now, the first game out at Woodbury was a real close contest. You came away with a 2-point win. Talk a little bit about that contest.
Yeah, you know, it was a great high school basketball game, exciting all the way. Alyssa Karel hit a little jumper with a couple seconds left that got us the win, and they had one last chance to tie it, actually, and missed a shot down at their end. So it was one of those games that was just a fun high school basketball game, and we'll take it. It's fun to be in a conference where every night is an adventure. We're hoping for a little help from Forest Lake maybe tonight. Maybe we can get a share of that title. We don't know.
Exactly. If they could upset Park, there you go. Well, you talked a little bit about heading into the regionals, and I look at the bracket that you're in, and holy moly, we've got some good basketball teams in there, and you've come up with the third seed. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think we got really lucky with the third seed. I'm not going to lie. You know, Woodbury was kind of between Woodbury and us, and I'm thrilled. Clearly, we'd like to play Central in the finals, play Park in the semis. We played Park. We split with them. I think we feel a little bit more confident about playing them, and we know our game plan a little bit more. Central's kind of a wild card. They've got so many good players, and you just don't know who's going to be their superstar any night. So, you know, we feel fortunate, but we have to beat two really, really quality teams, and really three pretty good teams to make it into the state tournament. Anytime you get a chance, though, to play Park, which has become a good rival in the Suburban East, and Central, which is a neighborhood rival, as you know, it's going to be fun. So we're excited.
Excellent. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Great luck in the start of the regionals.
Thanks so much.
This is Meg Stevenson, and I'm here standing with Minnesota High School and AAU coaching legend Dave Preller, head coach of the Woodbury Royals. And Dave, we finally reached the final game of the regular season, and your squad is tied for first place in the conference. You know, I looked at this team, and you start 2 sophomores, you bring a freshman in off the bench. Talk a little bit about the way this season has gone, and I think what impresses me the most is it's a young squad, and you're 8-3 on the road.
Well, thank you. They are young, and I cannot remember a group we've had that has learned as much and absorbed it. We throw a lot of stuff out at kids every season, but this year's group seemed to have hung on to a lot of the different twists and wrinkles we've put into offenses and playing defense. And they're the kids that work hard too. That helps. They bring a lot of good work ethic to the game, and that makes it easier for us as well.
Now, you came off a tough overtime loss out at Roseville Tuesday night. I had a chance to watch that game, and you had some great looks at the basket at the end, and it was just like there was a lid on that basket. But how are the kids after that game, and what was practice like this week?
Practice was real good Wednesday, and basically we talked about it a little bit. You know, we had some good looks and didn't execute, and it cost us the game. But it wasn't our game. We played somebody else's game, and I think the key in what every coach wants to do, this isn't, you know, big breaking news, but I think you want to play your game, and we'd like to get back to playing a little bit more our style basketball. And lately, it seems the last few weeks we've been just trying to play more to the level or the style of somebody else's game. And that's our goal tonight, is to try to play more of our own style. Whether we're going to be able to do that or not, that's why we're going to play.
Now, I saw that it looked like you had some tough luck and lost to your starting senior center.
Yeah, Carrie Wardell injured her knee in about 10 minutes to go, I think it was, in that Roseville game. And we don't know the extent of the injury. It sounds like there's nothing broken in there. It's not an ACL. Something may be wrong with the meniscus. And that's the extent of my medical knowledge and whatever is going on. So I think she's scheduled for an MRI, and they're going to be real careful with it. But it's at least sprained, and you don't come back right away from a sprain as well as a tear. So I think she's going to be out for a while.
Now, last question. I looked at the bracket for the start of the state tournament. You've got a 4 seed, and I'm sure it must have been awfully close seeding between you and Cretin. But how do you feel heading into the tournament?
You got to play everybody, and I think in our section, it doesn't make a difference. Everybody's playing for second place. You got an all-star team that shouldn't be touched, and nobody should come within 20, 25 points of that team. If they do, something's wrong there. You can't put all the all-conference kids in a St. Paul conference on one team and not walk through a section by 20 or 25 points. So, you know, wherever everybody else is seated in the section means absolutely nothing this year, because that team they ought to walk through by 20, 25 every game.
And that'll lead us to another discussion for another day about the potential rule changes coming up in this vote in March. But, Coach, good luck tonight, and good luck in the region.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, Brod, strap it on. Here we go.
Yeah, down and dirty.
Second half, 3-point game as we start the second half with Karel controlling the ball at the top of the key for the Raiders.
As we're looking here, Woodbury went 8 for 10 with their free throws, Meg. Cretin, of course, was 4 for 4. The only person they didn't kind of foul trouble for Cretin is Otto with just 2 fouls, so they're doing fine.
Otto takes a shot from the elbow, and she's short. The rebound comes down to the Royals. And sophomore guard Jessica Thone brings the ball up.
The scoring for Woodbury, Heinz has 8, and the Christoffel sisters, Katie and Kelsey. Katie has 8 points, and Kelsey has 5. For Cretin-Derham Hall, Karel has 7, and Getsky has 5. Again, they're changing up a little bit, and they're going to man-to-man.
So Karel just has not found the range quite yet. She's just short on her shots. They're not dropping for the senior. Fast break, 2-on-1. Great recovery by Dienhart. Quick outlet up to Getsky.
You know, it was funny because her first 2 shots, she dropped them. And now she just kind of gone cold.
Almost a steal. Karel gains control. Pass to Hendricks from the baseline. She's long, but Otto gets the rebound, puts it back up, and in by Sarah Hendricks. So that time they went to work on the boards.
Right.
Once again, Cretin comes with the pressure. Almost over and back. She got her feet down just in time. Pass goes up to Sarah Hintz and back over to Jessica Thone. So it's a 1-point game. Cretin looks to work on defense, and Woodbury's looking to work that ball in if they can.
Yeah. It's interesting the exchange between the point and the wing on their offense when the other wing has the ball.
What a great move by Katie Christopher.
Absolutely. Cretin needs to come down and score. And we'll settle for 2. We'll take a 3 though.
Hendricks tries a 3, and that's sort of a little inside out. We had the forward taking the 3-pointer, and the point guard came up with the rebound.
Well, she should. She's 3rd in the conference in rebounding.
Let's talk a little bit about this kid's stats. We've got 5 statistical categories, and how many does Alyssa Karel lead in?
She leads in 2: scoring, 3 points, steals, and assist. You know, and her part-time job rebounding, she's 3rd.
So 4 out of the 5 categories, she ranks number 1.
You think Wisconsin's getting a player here or what?
You know, you keep making me feel bad because she's playing for the wrong Big Ten team.
I think so. She should be with Minnesota.
I was thinking about a team that wears orange and blue.
I know.
Pass up ahead, and too long for Dienhart, and corralling it is Kylie Coleman. Quick move up the court, and a little too strong there, but getting her own rebound. Shot up and off by Lindsay Sajovic, and the Raiders bring the ball up. The Royals have a 26-23 lead. Otto with the ball.
I wonder if they could get Karel on the wing and isolate her on a 1-on-1 with letting her just slash to the basket. I think she can get back on track offensively if she could do something like that.
Carolyn Dienhart just had a nice slash to the basket. Nice soft touch. Put that ball up very softly and bounced it in. Here comes the pressure. And we've got a foul. And it's going to be on Alyssa Karel for the Raiders, trying to get the double team. It's tough sometimes when you back down on the ball.
Right,
refs right there.
We talk about it all the time. Caught you. You swing up, we might let you go.
So the ball comes into Thone, and she brings it up against Dienhart.
Boy, Woodbury's just lowering their head on this.
And look who's right in there again. Oh, is she playing a great game?
Absolutely.
She's just tough as nails, Katie Christopher.
Right. I like what Woodbury's doing. They lower their head and just drive, even when somebody's on them, forcing them to do something, even in the open court. They might not go anywhere, but they're just going, forcing something.
So Carol's going to have to be careful now. She's picked up her 3rd foul for the Raiders. Thrown up on the top of the key, back over to Coleman.
Dienhart's doing a good job of playing defense.
Beautiful job.
Absolutely.
Beautiful job the way that play was set up, and
came off on the cut.
Came off on the cut and took it right down the middle of the lane, and Harris was not able to get in position.
Had a double pick right in the lane, and she swung around.
The foul was actually called on Molly Geske, and that's her 2nd.
You know what they call? Here's a trivia question for you. That play that Woodbury just ran was the picket fence in the movie Hoosiers.
It's been around that long.
Oh, yeah. Don't get caught watching the paint dry.
When in doubt, call classic. So Karel comes out for a breather.
Nice job, nice job. That's right. Force them.
Dienhart's in trouble. And timeout, quick timeout called by coach.
I think Dienhart could have kept her dribble just a little bit more. They would have been in trouble. They'd have been fouling her. And that's what they need to do. Force it. You want to go man-to-man? Okay, force them to do something now.
That's the thing that I really like about the Royals. They're aggressive and they're tough.
Uh-oh, speaking of trivia.
We've got one of these scoring questions again, and we're looking at the, you know, I'm going to go with D. What do do you think, Coach?
Yes.
Uh-oh, this is bad. Oh, wow. How about that?
Really?
We were both right. You just let me go first.
Yes.
You know, I look across the court over at the bench, and I look at senior Carrie Wardell, and I think, boy, that's tough to be a senior in your last regular conference game, and you got your foot up on a chair.
Yeah.
Worried about how your right knee is going to come out with your MRI this next week, so we'll wish her all the best.
Absolutely.
That time, the Raiders got the ball right where they wanted, in under the basket.
But she's going to have a good college career. She just needs to get mended and on her way. It's hard to come back though off injuries.
So Kendra Harris eyes the basket, puts it up and in.
Nice shot for the sophomore. I think we're going to hear some big things from this kid before it's all said and done. Look at that snap.
She's off on the second. Woodbury brings the ball up with a 2-point lead, 28-26, about 13 minutes to go in this second half. Geske on Christoffel.
Cretin's pushing them out with their defense.
Shot is up and off. Great rebound and a putback by sophomore Jessica Thone. Right where she needed to be, and just went right back up with that ball. Didn't bring it back down, just got that ball right back up there as quickly as she could. That's what you want to do.
That's kind of how they draw it up on the bulletin board. Don't dribble, put it up.
So, 5 points for Thone and a 5-point lead for the Woodbury Royals. This is a key spot, I think, in the game for the Raiders. They want to stay in contact with the Royals.
Oh, I think the Raiders are doing fine as long as they have that 3-point shot available.
There
Come
it
on,
is. They
Harris,
get the ball up. Harris and Lyman.
Good recovery.
Senior Natalie Lyman gets back in control of that basketball for the
Natalie's
Raiders.
got the pass. There you go. Referees counting.
Harris has it up at the elbow. Dienhart eyes up a three, lets it go. It's long. Battle for the rebound. Down in underneath and coming out with it is Katie Christoffel. Sajovic passes off to Thone on the right wing. Back into Kylie Coleman.
She wanted to go to the basket.
Here comes a 3-point shot, and it is good by Lindsay Sajovic.
Interesting.
And suddenly, the Royals are up by 8. Lyman gets the ball over to Dienhart.
Dienhart needs to take over the game right now.
There it is.
Yeah.
The Raiders need to start doing that a little more often.
Absolutely.
They need to take the ball to the basket.
And Dienhart's person cannot really hold her, sustain her for any length of time. She can drive to the basket and make things happen. I thought she got fouled on the shot. It's not a two-shotter, huh?
So Kylie Coleman is going to take a seat on the bench with her third foul right now as Alyssa Karel comes back in, gets the ball in.
Boom.
Just not having a shooting game tonight so far.
But that was the shot for her. She drove to the basket, forcing them to do something.
Thone over to Sarah Hintz. Thone, battle for the rebound.
On the floor, there you go.
The seniors down there.
Oh, you like seeing that, don't you?
Good hustle and fighting for the basket. Geske with the basket, pulls it back out. Looks for Karel into the basket.
Nice pass.
Over to Rose Pavoni. Malone Pavoni off a nice assist from Karel. Big basket. They needed that hoop. Let's see how.
Get a stop, come back down and score again.
Nice job by the Royals, and we've got a foul. I'll tell you, the Royals are strong. It's just hard to take the ball away from them. They're a good, strong, aggressive team.
Yes. Cretin has 5 fouls and Woodbury has 2.
So the foul is the second on senior guard Natalie Lyman, number 22. And Thone will inbound the ball for the Royals. Gets it into freshman guard Cassie Coleman. Over to Sarah Hintz. Back out to Sajovic.
Nice play.
Almost a steal. Nice anticipation.
Absolutely. Her whole body was in the passing lane. It was a great job.
Sarah Hendricks is also back in the game now for the Raiders.
She couldn't get control of that, and that would have been a layup all the way. They're still playing good defense right now. They're holding Woodbury out there.
And Woodbury's doing a nice job of spreading the court, looking for those lanes. A good skip pass. Unbelievable shot. Great shot. Great use of the glass by Jessica Thone. She's made 2 of those now. Tough running bank shots off the glass.
Well, that's a tough break for Cretin because they were playing good defense. They were cutting off those lanes. Allowing the skip
three-point play.
Allowing the skip pass, but keeping the driving lanes down.
Hendricks is not able to control that long full court pass. It's off her hand out of bounds. Turnover to the Raiders. Thone picks up her dribble. Gets the ball back. It's tipped out of bounds by Karel.
You know what, Meg, I'm telling you, I think Cretin is starting to catch up to them defensively.
Well, they're going to have to come up with some big stops to get themselves back in this game.
Thone has 8 points all in the second half.
And they've been key plays. Beautiful pass across the lane and a nice finish by Katie Christoffel. And Woodbury has opened up an 11-point lead and a nice steal.
Get a score here. Cretin's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, timeout.
Yeah. And she's going for the full. She's going to sit them down. Yeah.
So this is by far the biggest lead of the game, and the Royals have just totally taken control of this game. It wasn't enough that we got one trivia question right. We've got to try it again. We've got to see who tied blocks. I'd say C. This is 2005-2006, last year.
Oh, really?
I'm going to guess C.
I'm going to go, with C.
Now,
I don't know that Suburban East Conference.
Lauren Gibbenmeyer decided not to play basketball this year because she's got a full ride volleyball scholarship next year to the Minnesota Gophers.
Okay.
And she was a nice presence in the center for the Raiders. As you might guess, if she's she's a great leaper.
Yeah.
This is a woman who's really good at making kills on the volleyball court. And you know, that's a presence that's missed a little bit. But on the other hand, you look at Hendricks and you look at Harris, and they're both sophomores.
Yes.
And they're going to grow and get stronger and get more adept at working under the basket.
And get better.
Be good players. They're going to be good players for the Raiders. They've got solid skills now. Just need to keep getting experience. Karel spins in.
That's what she needed to do.
And she
was fouled. And anyway, that's what you need to do with her. Somehow isolate her, because her man can't hold her too long. Get that rebound. There you go.
Nice position by Karel. The shot was missed by Thone, and we've got an over the back.
Yeah.
You might be hearing a few derisive cheers from the Raider fans.
Oh, I think so.
Maybe a foul being called here on the Royals.
That's right. Take your time. Let's get. We're still in this ball game.
Dienhart rolls off the pick over to Malone Pavolny, back to Dienhart. Sheila Otto is in the game for the Raiders, number 45.
Kara's calling for the high post. Nice
She's
play.
into the lane, and I'll tell you, there's a lid on the basket for Karel. Great battle under the boards.
And it's exactly the right shot. I mean, it's just not falling right now.
She's having one of those games that you just don't want to think about on senior night.
Well, it's good to have it now versus a playoff, you know.
Great hustle by Cassie Coleman, but she was out of bounds, trying to control that rebound. Ball comes into Karel. We've got about 7.5 minutes to go. Out to Otto, back over to Geske, to Pavolny. On top to Karel. Otto takes it in strong, up and in.
And you got Katie Christoffel with leading everybody with 14 points from Woodbury.
She's just had a great game tonight.
Oh, yeah. Now we're shooting a one-on-one. What's
and there's 7 minutes to go, and
7:06,
that's the thing. And the Raiders have just been a step slow
Right.
on defense and getting to those passes, and they're just putting the Raiders or the Royals on the free throw line with way too much time left in the game.
An opportunity
And
to
the
get
Royals are taking advantage of this opportunity. They've done a great job at the line. The percentage has got to be
absolutely.
excellent tonight.
Well, they were, 8 for 10 in the first half. I'd be curious to see what they're shooting now. They're not doing bad.
So Sarah Hintz puts both of her free throws in and extends the lead back out to 13 again, 43-13 for the Royals.
Nice play.
Pass up and in for Karel, so the guard posted down low.
Absolutely.
Thone passes over to Hintz, and she gets it up to Christoffel. Over to Christoffel, over to Thone in the right corner. Nice reverse dribble.
Play. Oh, nice play.
And a block by Geske.
It's Woodbury's night. She has a great block, and it goes right into Woodbury's hands. Oh, look what I have.
So they're going to be very patient, and they're going to work the ball and take all the time they need.
Forcing Cretin to work a lot harder than they need to.
Exactly, and just make sure they get a good shot.
Here comes the drive.
Here comes the drive, back, up and in.
Yeah.
Sarah Hintz. Otto sets the screen. Back over to Dienhart. Fakes the drive into the lane, back up on top of the key to Karel. 5.5 minutes to go. The Raiders are down 13.
You know, Woodbury's done a good job of slowing them up with their man-to-man.
Karel out to Geske. She's going to be short on that three, but in underneath.
There you go.
Otto.
There you go.
The senior's having a great game.
Yes, she is.
She's keeping her team in it right now.
Great. Now if we can get a steal off this.
They've got a trap and a timeout called by Dave Preller.
That's a good call by the Woodbury coach. He was in trouble.
Wasn't sure if his guard was going to be able to get the pass out of that double team.
That's right.
So we got 5 minutes to go, Coach, and we're looking at 11-point difference in the game, 45 for Woodbury, 34 for the Raiders. And it's been a case where the Raiders, who have the top 3 3-point scorers in the conference, have just not been able to put the ball into the basket. Let's take a look at the upcoming bracket for this 3-4A regional coming up, and look at the teams in this region. You've got Park, Cottage Grove, which is in the top 10. And then you see these two squads, and you've got Cretin with the 3rd seed and Woodbury with the 4th seed.
It's the old 3AA.
And then you've got #1 ranked Central. So this is just an unbelievably tough regional that these teams have to look ahead to as they get out of this last regular season game.
Top teams in the state. Meg, you were asking about free throws. They're 14 for 16 from the line.
And once again, just a nice inside close look. I mean, they're just getting high percentage looks at the basket, and they're converting.
And they got that out of the timeout. I mean, that's good coaching and that's good execution.
Well, we've got a guy over there for Woodbury who's gone to the state tournament 10 times in his career, Dave Preller.
Right.
Only 2 other coaches in Minnesota girls basketball history have taken their teams more times than Dave. So this is a guy who knows his way around the gym.
Yeah, he's been there once or twice.
And his team's playing a great game tonight, and they're sticking to the game plan, they're executing, and they're just making it happen.
Katie Kutstoffer has 16 points, 8 each in each half. So she's just having an outstanding job, done an outstanding job. Yeah, and Peller, you know, he's been going at it. He's had this nice run since 1997. So he knows how to get to the state tournament.
Woodbury is just content to control the ball, run the clock. They're in an excellent position, and they're doing a great job.
I got to ask you this.
Look in underneath.
I got to ask you this, Meg. Are we going to see the Globetrotter weave tonight or what here? I mean, he's done everything but that.
Well, that's a great, great finish by Pins, and that's just perfect. You know, they ran the time off the clock and they ended up with a layup for 2.
Yeah.
They are just executing to perfection tonight.
Right, and he's not running.
Almost a double dribble by Thone.
Just don't get caught in a double team. Move the ball around.
Yeah, the Raiders are just having to chase.
Keep away, keep away. That's what they're doing right now. Keep away.
And there
back
it is.
door open.
Player again underneath, and every bounce is just going the way it's supposed to for the Royals.
By the way, what hand did she put it up with, Meg?
Could it have been the left?
Yes, it was.
51-34. Geske gets a little runner. It's going to be too little, too late, I think, for the Raiders tonight.
You have some even scoring. Woodbury Hanses also has 16 points, 8 points in each half.
Desperately trying to get their hands on the basketball, and the Royals just doing a great job.
Like I said, I'm waiting to see the old Globetrotter weave. The back door is wide open again.
Beautiful finish going to the...
Even though she has 18 points and a half, someone needs to get after her. She put it up with the right hand, okay?
Well, if Coach Preller looks at the game tape and decides that that's maybe the one thing he can find so far in tonight's game.
Don't get after her too hard. Okay, you're right.
What a great job by his squad tonight, his young squad. He's got to feel really good about the way they played tonight and their mindset going into the start of the state tournament, and they're going to go up against Tartan in their first game.
It's interesting because he has a young team. He has two seniors, 1 junior, and 2 sophomores, and he brings a freshman and a junior off the bench. So this guy's doing some incredible stuff here.
Yeah, he, you know, one thing about Dave, he doesn't go deep into his bench.
No.
But he's got a well-oiled machine out there tonight, that's for sure. They have absolutely dominated this game from about the midpoint of the first half.
He's done a good job of shortening up the game, and that's what you need to do in tournament play.
So the Raiders come out of their timeout, and we're going to take a look at who's come into the game. And we've got Hannah Gickling, number 34, is in the game for the Raiders. And stepping into the line to see if she can finish this three-point play is a kid who's certainly going to get my vote, I think, for an outstanding game tonight.
She missed a free throw.
See, I jinxed her.
Yes.
Katie Christoffel.
Come on, Katie. She's had an excellent game.
Dienhart corrals that loose pass.
The thing about Katie also is she's been patient with that back door. She doesn't run in there right away. She waits until the double team comes, and she then appears in the back door. Boom, wide open. Diagonal pass.
It'll be interesting to see here at the end of this game, Broderick, what the three-point shooting statistics are for the Raiders. But sometimes when you're a team that lives by the three-point shot, you can also be a team that dies by the three-point shot.
Right.
And they just were not falling tonight for the Raiders.
Well, how about this? I'd like to see the difference between shots taken by both teams.
Right.
I would wager to say that Woodbury took more shots because they played good defense on the other end, and also they played the deliberate offense.
And they took good care of the basketball.
Absolutely.
So the freshman, Cassie Coleman, pushes the lead out to 19. And I think we can safely say that the Royals are going to retain a share of first place in the Suburban East Conference tonight, unless for some reason we have a big upset by Forest Lake over Park.
Yeah.
And depending on what White Bear Lake does
Against Stillwater.
which has one win in the conference, they could be moving up as well.
Yeah. I don't think Park is going. Forest Lake is going to beat Park at Park. Park is pretty strong right now. Look at that, even down to the end.
Just a nice job.
Nice job.
Under control. Alyssa Karel gets her hand on the basket, and coach is going to make some subs, give some of the seniors another chance to get back out onto the court tonight. Liz Cadwell comes into the game, and Corinne Treeweiler also in for the Raiders, number 20.
Just excellent execution. And they're going to bring that ball out. Keep the ball alive. Don't get a 10 count, a 5 count on you. Keep the ball around.
I'll tell you, Rosie Malone-Pavolny is working hard on the D. She's still playing hard.
They're still playing hard.
Carroll tries for a little behind the back steal.
Woodbury's not going to do anything with that ball. This thing is shut down right now.
Yep. This is just a total domination in this game by the Woodbury Royals, and hats off to them for a great game tonight.
Yeah. And here's the thing. He's still coaching over there.
And a chance to give Alyssa Karel a final round of applause in front of her home fans, but I know she's disappointed with the game that she had tonight. She played hard, but the ball just was not dropping for the senior point guard tonight.
She is some kind of player, though.
We're going to look forward to watching her play Big Ten basketball next year.
Yeah, for that Wisconsin team.
That Wisconsin team, the way the Woodbury Royals played tonight, they kind of reminded me of the men's team of the Wisconsin Badgers. Hardly any fouls.
Yeah.
And just a very controlled offensive and defensive strategy tonight. Yeah. So hats off to Coach Preller, the Woodbury Royals. Just a tremendous game tonight. And we'll look forward to watching both of these teams and see how they fare in the upcoming state tournament.
Right.
We're going to have a chance to talk to two of the young players for the Woodbury Royals that did such a great job in the game tonight. We're going to have you sit right down in between us here. Can you get down here?
Can you get down?
All right. Well, I had a chance to go watch you play Tuesday night out at Roseville, and I think you just kind of got that game out of your system. And wow, what a tremendous game tonight! It just seemed like everything was clicking on all cylinders. Talk to me a little bit about what Coach had to say leading up to this game against Cretin. I know it was a little bit of a revenge game. You lost a close one at home to them by 2 points, and tonight you just dominated from about the middle of the first half right to the end of the game. Talk to us a little bit about what Coach had to say leading up to this game.
He basically said that the last game that we played was done and over with, and we had to learn from it and just forget about it and not hang on to it and do better this game.
All right, young lady, you had a great game. I think you scored 18 points tonight, and you just had some beautiful moves in under the basket, and just did such a great job taking the ball to the basket. And talk a little bit about, was that the game plan to just make sure we got the ball in close and good high percentage shots?
Yeah, basically our coach, Coach probably told us, to use our athletic ability. We're a very athletic team. And so we did that pretty well, I think.
You got some fans out there.
Yeah.
I noticed that you guys were really doing a lot of driving to the basket. Was that Coach's plan, or to force them to foul you, make you go to the line?
Yes, it was. He told us to drive to the basket a lot this game.
Yeah, I like that strategy. You guys went 16 for 19 with free throws tonight. Make sure you tell Coach that.
The other thing that was pretty apparent to Broderick and I as we watched the game tonight, and that is you really took Cretin out of what they like to do best, which is kind of run up and down the court. And you forced them with your zone to see if they could hit some three-point shots, and they didn't do it tonight, did they? No. So it worked to perfection. Well, let's talk a little bit about who's waiting for you down the road. What do you know about this Tartan Ball Club that you're going to face here in the first game of the regionals?
Well, we played them once before, so we kind of have a feel, but basically we just got to stop them everywhere.
Play that good, tough, wonderful defense that you guys showed tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wish you the best of luck, and we're going to tell you that tonight was just an outstanding game start to finish and a well-deserved win. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
good luck.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
It was fun watching you guys play.
Well, compadre.
Yes. This is our last game, man.
I think this is it for the game together this year.
Yes.
It's been fun. We've enjoyed bringing these games to our fans throughout the city of St. Paul.
Yes.
Great sports town, we know that.
Absolutely.
And we wish all of our fans the best as they gear up for what's known as March Mania.
March Mania.
Enjoy it.
Down and dirty. Here we go.
Royals, good night, Brad.
Good night.
Coming over to visit with us here a little bit. And in the meantime, we've got some fans We would once again like to take time to thank our underwriters for bringing you today's game between the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders and the Woodbury Royals.